What's up, agents? Welcome back to another Division video. We have just had a packed dev stream, so I'm going to run through all the important information that you need to know. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Let's get straight into it. So starting over on the X page though, you can see here we have got patch notes, which I'll go through in a separate video so that this isn't too long. But you can see we have got a maintenance tomorrow, which is huge. 5 hours and 30 minutes starting at the normal time. I am going to be live all day tomorrow, so if you want to come and chat to me, by all means come and tune in on Twitch or on YouTube. We'll talk about the patch notes and we may check out a little bit of Resurgence as well, as that is now out and I'm already level 40. So let's get straight into the actual dev stream. Alright, so this one was absolutely jam-packed. They started off the stream talking about the classifieds that have been created by Ubisoft Reflections. The first one is the Library of Congress, and they said that it's almost a one-on-one copy. They've done a really good recreation of it, and they said if anyone's actually ever been there, it will look really, really familiar, which I thought was pretty cool. They did also give a little bit of a hint that there is a puzzle packed in there somewhere as well, and that might involve a hunter. He was very skeptical about it, but yep, we might be getting a hunter in there, which was pretty cool to see. They also then said they're making some other changes to classified missions. But before we talk about that, the first classified is coming tomorrow, and I think they said the second is coming on the 12th. So that may be when we're getting the first health patch for the season. All these classifieds now are going to be infinitely replayable. They're going to adjust all of the old ones as well, and they're going to also then introduce a targeted loot system for them in patch 1.2. So I think they'll just get regular loot as of tomorrow, but they'll be replayable, and then targeted loot in patch 1.2 for the season. There's going to be the regular rewards, including backpack trophies and things like that. There's going to be some named exclusive items in there as well that are only going to be available in the classifieds at the start, but they will go to other parts of the game later on in the season. You only have to be level 30 to be able to get into them, which is normal, just like the other ones, which means they're likely to be on the original map. They cost 500 premium credits each, but if you buy the premium season pass bundle that's usually available, within that, it usually contains 500 premium credits. They are removing the 500 premium credits and instead bundling in the classified assignments. It was a little bit, it wasn't very clear, and they did mention it a few times, what that pack will actually be, but it'll show up tomorrow. So hopefully we'll get more clarity, and I will make a follow-up video for all the new stuff that is in the game tomorrow. We're also getting escalations tomorrow. There's been a slight change to the hotfoot modifier that was in there. They've made it so that it builds up slower, but it also goes away slower as well. But now you can actually res somebody without being hit from it. It was pretty annoying. So that was the only real change to escalation from what we've seen previously. But they did mention that the tokens for entry are likely to be used for something else towards the end of the season. Although they will still reset at the end of the season, they did kind of hint that you will need some later on in the season for something. And they was pretty cryptic about it. They didn't really give us any other reasoning to what was going on there. So that is interesting. They did take some of the expertise materials out, the more basic ones, but they've kept the clipboards and flags in. So I'm so glad that they kept the field recon in. And exotics are in there as well, so you're still going to be able to farm them 3 materials in escalation, and I think that's important because they are the 3 bottleneck, especially the flags and the exotic components. They also mentioned that they increased the prototype drop rate at level 1 by 100% and at tier 10 by 300%. So that's a pretty big increase. We don't know exactly what that will work out to in real time until tomorrow, because essentially 300% of nothing is nothing. So until we see that in action, we can't really judge it, but it certainly does seem like a huge boost, which in my eyes is nothing but good. They did then touch on how they wanted to have daily targeted loot in the rotation for Escalation, but it didn't quite get finished in time. But it is coming really, really soon. So my guess would be if they've got plans for the targeted loot in the classifieds on patch 1.2, I would imagine that's likely to be the same. But that is just me guessing with my guessing hat on. Then they talked about prototype. They did talk about recal. They said recal will be coming at some point in the future, but it'll be very different to how we recal things now. So expect a different system for recal, but no optimization is planned at all. They then touched upon the expertise costs as well being reduced by 50%. So that is a cut on 50% for exotic components. They didn't mention what the cuts are for in the other materials, but I can only assume they've taken a cut as well. They then touched that there's going to be normalization in PvP because they didn't want the PvP team that is now working on a very soon coming PvP changes and balancing, and they didn't want to throw the new gear, the prototype gear, at them to just make the balancing even harder. So they said for now, it will still stay normalized for PvP. They did also mention, which I was glad that they mentioned, the raids and incursion normalization as well. And they said that the reason for that is they're going to add new exclusive rewards to them very soon. And therefore the reason that's why they didn't want them to be face rolled by prototype gear. So they did then touch on the new prototype cash that's going to be in there as well, but that is definitely separate to the new and exclusive rewards that are coming to them instances very, very soon, which I thought was pretty good. They then put out a massive warning about prototype gear, and they said with skill builds, do not upgrade your gear to prototype. There is an issue still with the skill core where the fact that you might actually roll to prototype and get nothing if it chooses the core to do the upgrade. You can't upgrade any skill cores whatsoever. And they said for now, please do not upgrade your prototype gear if it is skill tier based gear. So yeah, big warning there. Tell your family and your friends, and hopefully they'll put something up in big letters somewhere to stop people from doing it, because you're actually going to be able to do it. But they said they've got changes for that coming very, very soon. They've got it locked in. They know what they're doing. They just need time to get it into the game. They said then expect fine tuning to come after the release, depending on feedback for all of the stuff that they're releasing tomorrow, including prototype and escalations. They said that it is essentially a starting piece to a lot of changes and stuff to come. They're just waiting to get it out there because they're pretty happy with the base of what they've got. Then they talked about seasonal content. Obviously, the new season is called Rise Up. It is absolutely everywhere now. But obviously, that's going to include the new modifiers, Black Tusk retaliations, and everything like that as well. So the Black Tusk retaliations will focus on that first. Nothing's changed really since the PTS. It's going to have a whole bunch of new blueprints in there for you to get from the kill squad. And the completions, it's got the meter where you can build it up 3 times, and you can play back-to-back matchmaking. You've got an extended loot timer at the end, and when you log off, your timers now pause, which is great. The Black Tusk ones are here to stay, but the Black Tusk Elite Kill Squad is only going to be in the game for this season, and they've got some exclusive blueprints and rewards for you to be able to collect. And they did mention that the outfits that you can see on the screen right now are going to be available in the Battle Pass. They then talked about the new seasonal modifiers. Modifiers haven't really changed from the PTS, so we'll go over them in much more detail when the game goes live. They just kind of talked about them a little bit, but there's so many of the passive modifiers, we don't really have time. Well, we haven't actually got them unless they put them in the patch notes, so we'll save that for another video. What they did mention, though, just to quickly touch upon is there's going to be a new vendor that will sell the passive modifiers in the base of operations, just where you walk in, and you'll get the currency to be able to buy the passive modifiers from completing the journey and from doing the weekly scouts. Blink and you would have missed it, but they showed it just during the prototype section and at the very end during the wrap up. As you can see, there is decorations in the base of operations, so it looks like we're getting another seasonal event coming very soon. The Whiplash pistol, that was the exotic pistol in the PTS, is going to be the pistol that is locked behind the master mission. We're obviously getting a brand new season pass. I must admit, I do like the look of the vanity that we are getting, but they are making some changes to this, so we'll check them out because of the classifieds tomorrow. This was the first bundle that they talked about, the Rise Up bundle, which you can see here. It looks like you get the classified assignments, the vanity. So it says, yeah, the Year 8 Season 1 pass, the outfit, 2 classified assignments, 20 tier skippers or skips, and the 15% XP boost. Didn't that used to be 20% or 10? We got 10 for having the seasonal modifiers on, and then 10. Yeah, that is weird. I wonder if that's a typo, because that will put us at 25%. But then they talked about this brand new pass that's coming that included everything previous as well, plus 5,000 premium credits. So, and I think they said that's going to be around £50, which is quite a lot. But if you do use premium credits, there's a saving to be had there. So if you're going to use them throughout the season, or you're a common person to buy them, you commonly buy them, then yeah, it might actually be worth picking this up. But we'll judge that tomorrow when we see when it actually drops. After this, they touched on the brand new bug reporter tool that is going to be replacing the Trello. It's a tool that they use in other games that are Ubisoft games for reporting. I'll link that down below, so if you've got any bugs and you want to log them, you'll be able to. And you can also interact with other people's bugs as well, so you can kind of team up. And they said obviously then they'll be able to see the ones that are the highest priority to the community. And then last but not least, Twitch drops are coming tomorrow, so you'll be able to get these with me tomorrow if you want to, and other partnered streamers. So yeah, if you like Twitch drops and you like free stuff, you can get some camos, some cashies, some arm patch, well, an arm patch and a weapon skin. But that was everything that they talked about, so don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. I hope you found this video useful. Hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching, agents. Goodbye.